This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic. All right, in this video we're going to evaluate a few more trig functions using the trigonometric ratio definition, and we're going to do it for an angle in standard position whose terminal side lies on the x or y axis. So those are called the quadrantal angles. Okay, so here's our next problem. Find the exact value of the secant of 0 degrees. All right, so where's 0 degrees? It's just right here, right? And so we pick any point on here. May as well pick 1, 0, so that x equals 1, y equals 1, and y equals 0, and r equals 1. All right, remember, if we always choose it, one of these points here, either 1, 0, 0, 1, negative 1, 0, or 0, negative 1, then r will always be one space because they'll all be one space away from the origin. So what is the trig ratio for the secant? So secant, right now, this is how I think of it. It's the reciprocal of cosine. So I always remember that the cosine of an angle is x over r, so that means the secant is r over x. So in that case, we would have 1 over 1, and that's 1. So the secant of 0 degrees is 1. All right, let's find all 6 trig functions for 90 degrees. So first of all, let's look at what the values are at 90 degrees. I'm always going to choose the order pair one space from the origin at 90 degrees, and so that will be 0, 1 in this case. So x is 0, y is 1, and r is 1. So now we're ready to go for it. Let's do the sine at 90 degrees, the cosine at 90 degrees, the tangent at 90 degrees, and then we'll do the reciprocals, but the cosecant of 90 degrees, the secant of 90 degrees, and the cotangent of 90 degrees. So why don't you try this on your own using these values, and then after you do that, come back and see what I got. All right, so the sine is y over r. All right, so y over r is 1 over 1, which is 1. So the cosecant will be the reciprocal of that, which will also be 1. The cosine will be x over r, so 0 over 1 is 0. All right, so the secant will be the reciprocal, which is 1 over 0, and you can't write 1 over 0, so we have to take away that equal sign and write it's undefined. I don't know if I could get that word in here. Hopefully you could read that. The secant of 90 is undefined. And that's because 1 over 0 is undefined. All right, how about the tangent of 90 degrees? So the tangent is y over x, 1 over 0 again. All right, so another one's undefined here. So this is also undefined. Same reason, right? And the cotangent is x over y, right? So if we do the x over the y, we have 0 over 1, which is 0. So these are the 6 trig functions for 90 degrees. Notice that if you pick a point on one of the quadrants, right, either the x or the y is going to be a 0, right? And then the other value will either be 1 or -1. And so either the x or y is 0 means that one of these functions at least, and actually two, will always have a 0 in the denominator. So when you do the 6 trig functions, at least two of them will be undefined. The other two other ones will always be 0 because there's 2 times where you'll have the 0 in the numerator. And then the other two will either be 1 or -1, but you have to figure that out for each problem. So for a quadrantal angle like 0 degrees, 90 degrees, plus or minus 90 degrees, right? 180 degrees or -180 degrees or 3 pi over 2, -3 pi over 2, etc. All the quadrantal angles, either x or y will be 0. And so if you choose the point on the axis 1 unit away from the origin, then r will be 1, right? And the coordinate that is not 0 will be 1 or -1. So here are the only possibilities if we decide to do it that way. If it's on the positive side of the x-axis, we'll choose 1, 0. So x is 1, y is 0, and r is 1. And if it's on the y-axis in the positive, we've got x is 0, y is 1, r equals 1, etc. And then in your trig ratios, you're going to have x in the denominator twice. You're going to have x in the numerator twice. So that's why there's 2 places you'll have a 0 and 2 places you'll have it undefined. It so happens that the sine and cosine are always defined. You'll either have 0, 1, or -1 for those solutions because it's always going to be a number over 1, right? You'll either have a 0 over 1 or a 1 over 1, for instance, up here at 90 degrees. Let's say you were doing 180 degrees, you would have either -1 over 1 or 0 over 1. So it's defined. You'll either get 0, 1, or -1 for the sine or the cosine of all of these quadrantal angles. But for the tangent, the cosecant, the secant, and the cotangent, sometimes it'll be undefined, sometimes it'll be 0, sometimes it'll be 1, and sometimes it'll be -1. So the sine and cosine are always defined, right? And so for the quadrantal angles, you might get a 0, a 1, or a -1. Now, the cosecant and the secant are reciprocals of the sine and the cosine. So they can only be the reciprocals of these numbers here. So for the cosecant and secant, the values will be the reciprocals. All right, so what would be the reciprocal of 0? That will be undefined, which really isn't a value, but hopefully you know what I mean. Or it could be the reciprocal of 1 or -1, which could be 1 and -1 again. Now the tangent is y over x, and the cotangent is x over y. And so remember, one of those values is 0, and the other value, one of the values is 0. So you're either going to have 0 over something or something over 0. So for the tangent and cotangent, you're either going to have the values 0 or it will be undefined. That's when the 0 is in the denominator. All right, I wouldn't memorize this at all because you could very easily, every single time, just decide what the x value is, the y value, and the r value is, and just simply plug them in each time. So from what you've learned in this video, you should easily be able to fill out this chart if you wanted to. So let's say you wanted to figure out what the cosine of 90 degrees is. You have to think, oh, 90 degrees, that's up here, that's 0, 1, and the cosine is the x, right? It's the x over r. So r is always 1, so 0 over 1 is 1. And of course, 0 degrees and 360 degrees are the same place, so that would also be 1. And let's say I wanted to find out the tangent of, I'm sorry, that was supposed to go in 90 degrees. So forget what I just said. We did the cosine of 90 degrees. So there we go. Let's say we want to do the tangent of 0 degrees. You just go over here at 0 degrees. That's 1, 0. And you know the tangent is 0 over 1, right? Because it's y over x. So you would say, oh, the tangent of 0 degrees is 0, etc. So it would take a while to fill this out, but it shouldn't be too hard. You're either going to get 0, 1, -1, or undefined in all these places. This is your Math Gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic.